I've been asked to talk to you about hope. Now, as you can see, I'm not very young. And during this time that we've been through, I have never felt more that we are not of this world, that we are of God's kingdom. Never have we been in such a situation where boundaries and borders have meant so little. The whole world has worked together on finding a vaccination. And so for me to feel that at this time, never before in my life have I felt so much that we are of God's kingdom and not of this world. Together, we are together. And also, because of my age, I've spent a lot of time in isolation during this time, which has been absolutely fine. I spent a lot of time in Bible study. I actually read a book that I bought years ago, thinking one day I'll have time to read it. And I have had time to read it. Now, I wonder in your prayer time how you talk to God and feel that you hear from him. I know that a lot of people use Bible texts that they're very familiar with and they find that really helpful. Sometimes I find an idea will pop into my head and I think, well, that's not an idea I would have thought up. I think that's God talking to me. And the other way, which I learnt from other people long ago, was about pictures, that sometimes I see a picture and I just pay attention because I feel that this is from God. And before I was asked to do this talk, I had a picture of a very heavy chain being pulled up from deep water. And I thought, God is weighing anchor. That's what's happening here. God is weighing anchor. He is moving on to what we're going to be doing next. Now I realise that heavy chain and the very large anchor that would have been at the end of it could well be like the ark, that God has kept me safe in the ark in a deep harbour for this time. And I thought, because I was doing this talk, I thought I need to just look up some Bible and verses on the subject of hope. And I knew that there was one in Hebrews, and I thought I'd just find it. However, I found another one. This is Hebrews 6 verse 19. We have this hope as an anchor. We have this hope as an anchor for the soul, firm and secure. And at this point, I'm thinking, yes, Lord, I'm listening. Another thing I found during this time has been that I've looked back over times in my life when God has been very close to me and I've received such help and healing from God in my life. My father died when I was in my early 20s and my family were not good at mourning. They just got up and got on with it. So I got up and got on with it until I ground to a halt. And yes, I went to my doctor and she was wonderful and she did give me medication and helped me with some talking therapy. But actually, what helped me put the final piece of the puzzle into place was a group of elderly ladies who listened to me and prayed with me and gave me coffee. And they done that several times. And then while I was reading the Bible one day, I thought of prisoners in the darkness. And I thought, I wonder where that is. So this is Isaiah. Isaiah 61, verse 1. It's quite a long bit, but this is just a piece from it. to bind up the broken-hearted. Well, that's what I was. I was broken-hearted. To proclaim freedom for the captives and release from the darkness for the prisoners. And that's how I felt. I felt stuck in darkness. And it was as if Jesus said to me, well, I'm the light of the world. I came in order to come into the darkness to lead you out. Depression is loss of hope. And my hope was restored in that moment when Jesus led me out of darkness into light. And as time went on, I started to share my story with other people, to listen to them and to pray with them and to give coffee to them. And I have to say that they blessed me with their stories. If I was trying to bless them in any way, it was mutual. And I also thought around that time, am I doing this out of a sense of guilt because I don't need to? What happened to me was just one of those things. My family didn't know how to mourn. And I thought, no, it doesn't work like that. Because what Jesus has given me in the cross and that vision of being led out of the darkness into the light is a free gift. I can't pay it back. I don't need to pay it back. And then I thought, no, actually, I'm being as much blessed by sharing my story with other people. This is not a sense of guilt. This is because I want to do it. I'm privileged to do it. So, God is weighing anchor. God is on the move. And at my age, I can feel that I'm tucked up, safe and secure, in the ark, with my feet up. And then I think, I wonder if God has something more for me, or am I too old now? And then, I don't know about you, but what creeps into my head is, will I be up to it? Am I up to this now, at my age? And then I thought, wait a minute. What am I doing now? I'm sharing my story with you. I've never done this before on the screen like this. I've never done Zoom meetings like we've been doing over the last year or so. Meeting up with people, praying with people. Never have we done it like this before. And it's as if God has crept up on me and that I'm doing it before I've even realised His plan, His purpose. So, one last Bible text, and I'm sure you'll know this one. This is Jeremiah 29 verse 11. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. I know He has hope in your hearts, and He has a plan and a purpose for your future. I wonder what it'll be. God bless.